I want to talk about enlightenment a little bit now. It's potentially an elitist or arrogant kind of position or word. Often people are that talk about enlightenment are talking from the point of view that they are enlightened. Um, and even those that would rather not talk about it that way say the enlightenment has given them a kind of humility. They'd rather not make this claim of being enlightened, but they still want to talk about their enlightening experiences. It's still difficult because you can't help but be implying, it has to be implicit that you know or have some element of this enlightenment. But I think the main issue is that enlightenment is not linear. You do not just progress. I think there is order to enlightenment, but it's not a chronological order. Somebody can be enlightened in one respect and unenlightened in another, maybe more basic respect. And they've skipped a step. And our mission morally is to fill this in for ourselves and to get an idea of all these various moral spheres. At which point you will start to understand where true moral conflict lies. Now, my belief is that all morality is a question of how parts of a whole treat each other. So parts of a family, parts of a society, parts of the earth, or even in your own case, in your own personal case. How do you treat yourself? Or how do parts of yourself treat other parts of yourself? Because the conscious mind, as we know, is really just a part of what you would consider your full self. Well, how does that part treat the other parts? If you say you have a stray idea, sometimes you go, where did that come from? Well, how do you treat this part of your mind that has generated this idea, for example? How you treat yourself is the basic morality. And true moral conflicts come when there are conflicts between how you ought to properly treat fellow members of a group that you co-identify within, and when those groups come in conflict. For example, your moral situation to protect your family's survival versus your moral situation in society. These can come in conflict when the survival of one, or the judgments that you would make based on an ideal of its survival, come in conflict with making a judgment based on survival of a different group. So, yeah, that's a little bit about enlightenment.